Show and tell. Hi guys, I'm Judy, and today I'm going to be watching Oshinoko season 3. What am I saying? Season 3 episode. Which episode is it? Completely out of it. Episode 10. Ooh, really? Got far into it. So last episode we focused on, who's going to play I. It was this big question. We have 3 candidates at the moment. We have Friel Shiranui, who I kind of get the sense doesn't really want the part. After reading the script, it seems like she just doesn't really want it, if to judge by, her actions. And we have Ruby, who is a very prominent candidate to play her own mother, and we have Akane, who we already know is very good at impersonating I. We've seen it in action. So that's interesting. We kind of left off on this audition that they're holding, like the 3 of them audition, I don't know, like this kind of competition that they're holding where they get to decide who's the best suited for the role. The last thing Friel said was like, oh, you're going to play against Aqua or something, or opposite Aqua, which is to say that Aqua is going to play the dad. But also, I just wonder what Ruby's thinking about that, because she was like, I don't know if that was supposed to make her want the role more or less. I mean, she seems determined to get it, I feel like, to some degree. So maybe, I don't know what she's thinking right now. Because right now she's not talking to Aqua. Right now she feels betrayed by him. And she doesn't care. And she's like, okay, everybody's a liar, my brother included. And she's like over it or something. So I'm just wondering about that. I did want to read out a comment that I got on my last video, which was an interesting comment and pretty long. And I just kind of wanted to address some points that were made in that comment, and and even figure out for myself what I think about all of this. Obviously this is completely my opinion, and I mean, it's a very interesting comment. So, even if I disagree with something, I'm going to try to explain why I disagree as far as I can. And I mean, please don't take it as any kind of criticism. I'm just like working it out for myself as well. So the comment is made by Lyra Grace Ari, I want to say. I don't know how to pronounce the name, sorry. From this arc onwards, if the anime doesn't make any changes and stays faithful to the manga, it could become controversial and contradictory. Many people prefer the idea of the anime changing some scenes, but I think it should be faithful. The point is that from the beginning of the story, it should have been obvious that this could happen. So that's why I wasn't bothered or freaked out when I saw it happen. Many Japanese anime have at least incestuous insinuations between siblings, so I'm always prepared for the possibility of incest in the story. This won't stop me from continuing to enjoy a story I like, since I'm not very sensitive or affected by fiction. However, it's totally normal if after certain scenes you decide to stop watching. Nobody will judge you. Many people drop the manga. Okay, so this is not the end of the comment, but I just want to address the fact that I have come across incestuous insinuations. Definitely, I know it's a thing, and like we have a brother complex and a sister complex. I know it's a thing a lot of times in Japanese media. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable, and I will say that I am sensitive and affected by fiction, even as I do understand obviously this is fiction, and that being interested in something like this, like in being interested in it being explored in media, doesn't mean anything about you in real life. But I am like, I mean, if I feel like, I can understand that and at the same time feel a little bit disgusted by it, and I'm not sure if the anime intends for me to feel disgusted. Like, that's what I'm not clear about. If I'm supposed to just go along with it and just be like, okay, you know what, it's just Japanese culture. If I'm supposed to be like, okay, this is kind of disturbing and weird. I mean, but it should be. I mean, this is the point. It should be disturbing and weird, because it's a very unnatural and weird situation that they're in, to be honest. Anyway, yeah, so as for like not continuing the story, I don't know. I still don't know. I will have to judge for myself. I might be, I mean, if I find myself being like overly affected and just being like, okay, I'm not happy with it, like it just makes me feel icky, then I might have to drop the show. That is definitely a possibility, but I think I'm definitely at least going to try to finish the season at the very least, and see where that's going. And then maybe if it just doesn't work for me, because at the end of the day, I do come from a different culture, and I am affected by the stories that I watch and try to dissect to some degree. So and I don't want to just have like reactions of like, oh, this is so disgusting, like all the time, obviously. So we'll see where that goes. I'll continue reading. But the point is that it should be obvious to people who know about Japanese culture, because in the first episode, Ruby refers to herself as the goddess Amaterasu to deceive Miyako. Amaterasu is the goddess of the sun, and Tsukuyomi is the god of the moon, her twin brother. And in some versions, because it's like Greek mythology, there are several versions of the story, they are also lovers. Besides, they are not ordinary twins. They are reincarnated people. Serena was and still is in love with Goro. You always have to take that into account for when and if she discovers that Aqua is Goro, how she will react. It's an interesting question that can be very well explored and developed in fiction. How would you react if you and your husband, your boyfriend, were reincarnated as siblings? I highly doubt you would be able to move on and ignore the romantic feelings from your past life easily, unless you didn't know each other's identities, just like Aqua and Ruby don't. So that's the end of the comment. So very interesting points raised. As for Amaterasu and Tsukuyomi, sure. I mean, there are a lot of very disturbing, very weird. I don't know what to call it. Disturbing, I guess, from my lens, uh, in mythology, not just Japanese mythology. Obviously, we like Greek mythology. Any mythology has all sorts of weird things happening there. A lot of sexual things happening there, which are would be otherwise probably frowned upon, in modern societies of one kind or another, I guess. Um, which is like, okay, I get that. I get that. It's definitely, I can see how it's been there the whole time, I guess, if you were kind of prepared for it. Um, like the possibility that this would happen. Okay. Fair point. As for exploring the idea of reincarnated siblings, reincarnated lovers who turn into siblings in their, next life, that is a very interesting question. I agree, definitely. The only thing is that, yes, Ruby is in love with Goro, or Serena was, and Ruby still is in love with Goro. The thing is, though, that kind of makes me, question how we're going to go about this, is the fact that, Serena was a child in love, who had a crush on a doctor. I can't take that. I mean, sure, she still has those same feelings, kind of infantile feelings, to be honest. Um, toward her savior, or the only person who cared about her as she was dying. Definitely she has very strong feelings, and I agree that that's the case. And if she were to be told that Aqua is Goro, that would be an interesting thing to explore, how she would react to that. But I have a hard time believing. I mean, it's like one thing to be reincarnated and then immediately know that this sibling that you grow up with now is your lover from a past life. It's one thing, as it was pointed out in the comment. But after 16 years where you grew up, with him as your brother and treated him as a brother and saw him as a brother. I mean, I understand that now she's saying, "Oh no, you're not no brother to me," but it doesn't mean, "Oh no, now you like now we can, now I can have different feelings toward you." I feel that it's just more to mean, "Oh, okay, you're like you betrayed me, so I don't see you as a brother," but it doesn't necessarily mean that now I see you as a stranger, so it means that if I develop romantic feelings toward you, it's going to be different, But in any case, even if she does discover it's Goro, are her feelings gonna be the same um when it's like Aqua too? Because we have already had Aqua tell himself, I think in the first season, where he was like, okay, he has Goro's memories, and it's more like Goro's like his trauma. It's like his kind of he's kind of haunted by Goro more than he is Goro at this point. He made that comment himself, sorry, where he said, um, I'm aqua now. Like I'm becoming more and more aqua. You know, I'm becoming the 16-year-old or whatever age he is. Um, and Goro is like kind of, you know, he's kind of pushed to the recesses of his mind. So I feel that he's not really Goro. And I mean, if Ruby were to be told that he is, like if you were to tell her that he is, I just have a hard time believing she would suddenly be like, oh wow, you're my lover from. Although again, it's not really because she just had a crush on him. So would she have a crush on him again, knowing that he's Goro, but also that he's Aqua and he's more Aqua than Goro at this point? Um, and I mean that's the point of exploring it, I guess. But I can't agree that it's the same as like, yeah, two lovers being reincarnated and having to battle like their emotions as like growing up as siblings. It would be completely different if you knew this was your lover from your past. And again, your husband or your boyfriend slash your boyfriend, this is not the case. Ruby, Serena, that was as much as she had a crush on this doctor. I mean, I would like to assume that she would outgrow those feelings at some point. Maybe not. Honestly, at this point, maybe not. But like, because it is, you know, she is a traumatized child at the end of the day, and she is, I think she like this whole crush that she had on Goro definitely is a very embedded thing in her personality, to be honest. So it's like this thing that she can't outgrow. I feel like she's very stuck in a stasis where she can't really mature from the point of where she died as Serena, to be honest. I wonder how it is for her because I don't think we've gone into her psyche enough to. I mean, because she feels like more connected to Serena in some way than Aqua is to Goro. Maybe because they're closer in age at this point. Like, you know, Serena was a child and Ruby is a child, is an older child, but she, you know, she still is. And I feel that maybe that connects them more, like in terms of their personalities and their memories and who they are. Maybe. And Goro was like an older man, and now Aqua is a teenager, so he does have some aspects of Goro's personality in his, but it's not. But it's a lot more drowned out. So I do agree. At the end of the day, what I'm saying is that I agree with you. I do agree that it's an interesting thing to explore. I just wonder if I'm going to be like if if I want to explore it in this manner, where it's like we've gone through most of the show. Well, I don't know if it's most of the show. I feel like it's most of the show as them being siblings, and I mean, I understand that there were like hints that it might turn into something else, but they were subtle enough that I didn't take it to mean that it's like too much or anything. Like it was just something that I could easily ignore. So now if it's going to become like the main event, the main thing we're exploring after, you know, I've followed these two people as siblings, yeah, I don't it might turn me off from it. That's the honest truth. So I'm going to watch I don't know how many episodes there are supposed to be in the season, but I'm going to, I think, finish the season for sure, and then we'll see where we go with it next, because I don't know if I want to explore it, especially not in a reaction sense, you know? Like if I'm just going to be disturbed by it for the most part. Like it's also not going to make for an interesting reaction, obviously. 11. So we only have 2 episodes left. This one and then one next. So I'm going to watch these probably, unless something really horrible is going to happen in this episode. I'm just going to be like, okay, you know what? I'm done. This could happen. I'm just putting it out there to, I guess, let myself off the hook, and anyone else who like disagrees with me or agrees with me or whatever, to just be like, okay, we're not going to go through with it if it's making us too uncomfortable. Like for me, I mean, me. Okay. Yeah, with that out of the way, sorry for the very long intro. Let's get into the episode. I do want to see how Ruby is going to play her part as a liar. I'm interested. I also want to see Akane. I wonder if they're going to just skip it. I hope not. I want to see it play out. And Yeah. Let's go. Please don't forget to check out my Patreon for full reactions or subscribe here on YouTube. It helps so much. Thank you. Let's go. I guess at the end of the day, I think if the show was... Okay, wait a second. I want to say something more. I'm sorry. If the show was kind of started out as like, okay, we are going to explore a sibling relationship that's not exactly a sibling relationship, I would be more prepared for it, I guess, in some way. But because, I mean, I'm not watching the show for that. You know, I'm watching the show for the for a look into the entertainment business, and I'm watching the show for, I mean, I find, you know, Aqua's psyche really interesting, and Ruby's too. I find them all very interesting, all the aspects of the show that we've explored so far. And I can see how, you know, the sibling relationship aspect of it, sibling slash something else relationship of it, is also something that we can explore in depth, but it's just, it almost feels to me like that's not what I signed up for, I guess. You know? At the end of the day, like, I get... Anyway, I don't know. Let's continue. Okay, Ruby, let's go. I want to see this. But it's different. She doesn't know either. That's the interesting part. Both of you don't know. Oh boy. Too much. She's gonna play her mother? When you're Serena? Right. Even as Ruby, you're pretending. Yes, actually, that's what I think. I think she's going to tap into her mother without even realizing. Except we saw when she was real, when she was talking to, you know, the director for real, she was not happy and at all. God, she understands her mother too much. Well, okay. Is this what she actually did, or is this what she thought? She actually said all of that. Yeah, she just brought out all her truth and then pulled it all back. Okay. That was pretty scary. I mean, she said it out loud like Sensei, like she said all the true things about herself. Like, why did Sensei have to die? Ooh, here we go. Is she gonna call her out? I knew it! Yes. I figured that. Yes. She figured it out. Because she knows what he's obsessed with. Yeah, it's not. It's about taking down. Okay, now Ruby's gonna know. That's what you wanted him to do. You wanted him to go after your father. Yes. Okay, it's out of the bag. Forgive or kill her. I really want to see what the story is. But you didn't know her, and Ruby did.
私よりいい演技できると思う。思わない。私以外の人にママの苦しみはわからない。ママと先生の敵を取るのは私だよ。復讐するのは私じゃなきゃダメでしょ。私がやるべきだ。
We're going there
私が勝つまでやる。みんなに納得
until I win.
本気でやるから。
Akane is gonna give up too.
気まずいよ。そんな子の前で自分の方が母親を理解
Exactly. I was surprised you said that.
私メンタル太くないよ。っていうか。
Are you trying to protect her?
愛役じゃなくてもいいんだから。
I kinda. She's not in it. Okay. You're right, because she wanted Ruby to have it too. And nobody cares that they're going to play siblings as lovers. Okay. I know. I get it. Which is what? Okay, whatever that means. His way is like to do this movie. Are you going to sabotage his movie? You're going to do a movie together. Okay, so you're allowing him the movie, but you're going to stop him from doing anything else. Wait. Oh, okay, we're reading out loud. Okay, I think. Okay, we're already doing that. I thought it would take more time. I'm so happy. Honestly. Pandas are so cute. Mm-hmm. It means it's happening right now, or? It was important for her growth to go through this, I guess. I'm glad that that's what she takes away from it. So she's going to leave before they actually make it to the dome or something? And you're going to take it? I mean, that's just how it is. Someone's got to do it. Who else would it do? What are you doing? What are you doing right now? I don't like it. I don't like it. No, he's trying to take advantage of you, I think. He said he was going to use whatever's convenient to him. Because she doesn't know what you're doing, and we don't know what you're doing either. Yes. Yes, that's what I don't like about it. My god, Aqua. What is Himekawa going to play as? Yeah, they went behind your back. What are you gonna do about it, though? Well, I mean, you read the script, you probably know. Even more? What more is there? Like, vengeance pretty much covers... I guess there are different levels of vengeance. And Aqua seems to be going for the, you know, the deepest one, maybe, but... Something more. Also, I don't know what the girl told him, you know, we only saw that she appeared in front of him. Yeah, what did you tell him? What are you doing?
怒ってるんだ。
Like, I don't understand her motivations.
星の愛はもうどこにもいないって言ったこと。
That she could be reincarnated?
星の愛は自分たちと同じように。違うよ。
You want him to do this.
星の愛の物語はあの
That's
時あの
horrible.
場所で
That's
完全
horrible.
に確実に終わったの。崩れて星と海に
Crumbled
帰っ
into
ていった。
pieces. That sounds horrible.
死は死だよ。
Except in your
もう
case?
星の愛は君が今
Okay,
更
she's
何を
really
しようと
goading him.
いずれ彼女は役目を果たすことになる。君ももう少し考えるべきかもね。その身に魂を運ばれた意味を。
Exactly. There's a purpose to all of this, but
僕が僕として生まれた理
yeah, he thinks he knows what the purpose is, but I'm not sure.
由たった一つだ。
Everybody's in it. Why did this woman creep me out so much? We're doing it. Okay.
少年兵。私たちの父親。
Yes. So that happened.
随分なお話だこと。
Now everybody knows what the story is.
お母さんはいつまでも女だったんだよね。母親になれなかった。男が好きで、女が嫌いで。お母さんが私を迎えに来た。
It's I talking about her own mother.
お母さん。
Oh, wow.
汗、すごいわよ。
Yeah, it's really tapping into her past trauma.
ただでさえ引っ張りだこで、今は全然休めてないってことか。
It's gonna take a toll.
すぎちゃダメよ。なんて言葉はこの台本を読んだ後には言えない。移動中は一でも目をつむりなさい。それだけでもだいぶ違うから。元売れっ子子役からのアドバイス。
Yeah, she's going to help her as much as she can.
広告代理店の天童寺さんです。
Okay. What are we doing? What are we gonna do? Okay. Okay, I mean, I can't deny that this show has appeal. It's very interesting. We'll see. We'll see if I'm able to handle it. Okay. Yeah, Aqua is just the darkest he's ever been, and I don't know if he's ever coming back from that. I mean, it's sad that how much he's aware of that and how much he doesn't care. How much he's like, you know, at the start of this season, he said he had so many feelings for Kana that he had to keep away, you know, and had to pretend that he didn't and all that. Had to cut himself off from her completely, and now he's like, I don't care. I'm going to use her, you know. Like, it feels a little regretful about it because he has the thought of like, Kana, look out for yourself. You should look out for yourself from people like me or something, but he's not going to stop himself from what he's doing. I mean, it's so sad that you know, I kept waiting for the opportunity that they would get together, but not like this. I mean, obviously, I love Kana too much to want her to be used this way, but I feel that it might happen. I feel that everyone's going to be broken at the end of this. Every single person. Okay. Please, not Kana, though. Please. Okay. I mean, Kana might be the least of the show's worries at this point. I mean, I don't know. I really love her. I mean, I think she's definitely my favorite character, and that's why I'm like most worried about her. But it's definitely, you know, we have a lot of candidates here for, you know, a mental breakdown. Some of whom already had it, like already have it, already go through it. Definitely Aqua and Ruby at the head of the list there. It's just crazy. I wonder what Miyako knows about any of this. I mean, she probably can't do anything about it. It's not like, you know, anyone's going to listen to anything she has to say. But I feel that, you know, she will, if she gets to read the script at all, she might be sad about what the hell they're doing, but whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter. So Aqua is going to play as the dad. Ruby's going to play as the mom. And already it was interesting to see this glimpse of one of her scenes where she's talking about her, like where I is talking about her own mother and talking about how, you know, she just didn't like, she wasn't meant to be a mother, and she didn't like, she hated, like, she loved men and hated women. And we know that I was the complete opposite, I guess, in some way. That I was like, try to be, you know, a much better mother. Even, I mean, at least that's the way it felt. That she was, that it really mattered to her, you know, her children. That she was trying to do the opposite of maybe what her mother did with her. Although it sounds more complicated than that, if to judge by the fact that there's a girl that Akana is playing who hates I wonder what kind of relationship she had with other girls, you know? It sounds she was pretty isolated at the end of the day. I don't, like, except for Miyaka, who wasn't exactly a role model at that point. I don't think she had. I don't remember her having a lot of relationships with other women. So we'll find out more about it. I'm sure that, you know, her own mother's behavior filtered through in some way. And even as a mother, she wasn't, or at least she didn't come across in her act as exactly super responsible sometimes. Which makes sense if she didn't have a good role model to look up to. And for Ruby, it hits a soft spot because, a sore spot, I mean, because it's what she felt as Serena. So Ruby is very much tangled in her feelings as Serena. I mean, as I talked about this, like, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, it feels to me that she's a lot more, that there's a lot more closeness between Serena and Ruby, that, you know, that their personalities have merged in a way that, because they're kind of closer to each other. I'm not sure I'm right about this, to be honest. I mean, it might be the same case as Aqua, where Aqua is haunted by Goro and Goro's failures and everything. And, you know, Ruby is like haunted by who Serena was and her memories and everything and the trauma she went through. But I do feel that because Ruby is still a young child in a lot of ways, you know, it's just, it makes more sense that she's more like close to who she was as Serena as well. And because Aqua at this point is like, you know, a 16-year-old boy, he sees Goro as more this, like, obviously he knows he's Goro, but like he sees him as some kind of like almost an identity separate himself a little bit or something. I might be wrong about this. Again, no one cares that, I mean, like, I just wonder if, you know, in Japanese society, it's just, it's supposed to be more accepted that siblings should play lovers. Like, no one mentioned that at all. No one cares about it at all. They just focus on, you know, Ruby. Of course, Ruby has to play her own mother. Of course, she, you know, this is what she wants to do. She wants to give it her all. And of course, I mean, nobody really talked about it, but Aqua is just, you know, assumed to be, you know, the boy. I mean, to play the dad, and nobody really, it seems like nobody's even focusing on the fact that, I mean, Frill did say you're going to play opposite Aqua, but nobody's focusing on that at all. I guess, I mean, obviously there's a lot more to the story than just the love story between them. So it's not, maybe it's not even that much of a big part of it, even though it is the person who ends up causing her death. So it has to be prominent. And not just the boy who ends up causing her death, it's the boy who taught her how to be Hoshino. It was interesting that Frill said, like, it really depends on how you play whether you play her as someone who could forgive, you know, the person who killed her or not. I'm like, okay, what do we find out about this person that somebody could play it as though they forgive him? You know, and Aqua, like, did Aqua see that too? See this possibility, you know, in the script? It's interesting. I mean, obviously it doesn't matter. Even if he did see it, he doesn't forgive him. He's the one who, you know, feels that that this is the reason why he was reincarnated, so that he could, you know, avenge his mother. And I mean, as far as the little girl is concerned, she's obviously pushing him toward it. It feels like she's making it hurt worse. I mean, what other reason would she tell him this? That I died and that in that moment, and she basically that was her last moment, and that's what remained of her. That is what will remain of her forever. Like, um, that moment of being killed. I mean, what would you say that other than to make him even like make his pain even roar, make him want to go after this with even more vengeance. So, I mean, so it seems to align with what Aqua is thinking, that okay, I was reincarnated just so that I could avenge, my mother's death. But the thing is, you were reincarnated as her son before she died, obviously. So, I mean, sure, it could be just that, whoever reincarnated you knew that you were going to, like, that this was going to happen. But it just, I wonder, because it feels like too obvious that this is, I guess, why you were reincarnated. I mean, it could be it. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what else it could be. Like, what other purpose would someone have for reincarnating two people as eyes children, who then dies, who then, they end up discovering who killed her, and it's their father, and everything that happened to them, it's just too much to think what else it could be. So yeah, I guess maybe she just wanted to reinforce, even though I don't think he needs it, she wanted to reinforce in him the need to go after revenge, all the way. Even though honestly I don't think he needs that, but sure, go for it. I mean, at this point, add fuel to the fire. I don't think anything will bring him back from that. Honestly, I will be surprised if it does. So I looked over what the girl said to him again during editing, and she does say I doesn't feel anything anymore. Like, she's not sad, she's not happy, or something like that. So it could also mean like you can let this go. She doesn't feel anything, like it doesn't matter to her anymore. I guess. And she also said Ruby is going to fulfill her role in this, which is makes you wonder. It feels like it's more complicated than what it seems. And there's more to find out. And that this girl is definitely, she's only given away very specific parts of whatever big plan this is. Akane saying that she's going to stop him, like she's going to take part in the movie, but mostly because she wants to stop him from doing, like she said, I will allow you to do the movie if that's what you want or something, but I won't allow you to do more than that. I'm sorry, what? I mean, I guess at the end of the day, she's like, I'm going to protect you from yourself or something. But wow, Akane, honestly. I mean, there's a certain point where someone is in a self-destructive path where if he doesn't want to be saved at all, and you want to save him from himself, I don't think it's going to end. Like, I don't think it's your place, because you're only going to get hurt, I feel like. And by the way that Aqua reacted to it, I'm like, yeah, this is scary. Like, I don't even want to know what he's going to do to you, honestly. I mean, I don't know how far that will go, but like, I'm not sure. I mean, I think Akane is thinking, okay, Aqua is going to try to kill his father with his own hands, I guess. That's what I would think. And she intends to stop him from doing that. How exactly? I just hope that we're not going to have a moment where, she tries to physically stop him and he ends up killing her, Because that sounds crazy. Okay, I mean, I hope that's not where it's going to end up. Like, maybe not killing her, but like injuring her very badly. Or maybe it could be just like hurting her very badly, emotionally. But he already kind of did. But I guess he could always hurt her more. I don't know what she's planning to do exactly to stop him from whatever it is he's doing, but I have a feeling it's going to end badly. On every count, I just feel, yeah, it's just everybody's going to be sad forever, I think, in this show. I don't know. I don't know if we're even going to get our revenge. I'm really curious to see this story play out, and to see I just want to know what the story is and what Aqua is like holding back. Cause I'm like, cause like everyone's is seeing it now, you know. Everyone has read the script, and they all have these reactions to it, and I'm like it's not like they're reacting in a way like they're saying, "Oh God, what a story!" You know, it's full of resentment or something, full of hatred, or something. But I'm like, I mean, is it really? What is it going to reveal to me that that I don't already know? That will be like mind blowing. I wonder. Anyway, we'll get there eventually. I guess we'll figure it out. I hope you guys enjoy this reaction. I will see you in the next one for sure. And then we'll see where we go from that. But I mean, the show is very compelling to me. It's yeah, there's no doubt about that. Okay, bye. Special thanks to my top Patreons: Redding Tier, Andy Plays All Night, Terranor, Michael Gabriel, Marsh, Stone Tree, Antiquity, and Red Emia. And to the rest of my amazing Patreons, without whose support I would never be able to do any of this. And to my YouTube watchers, thank you so, so much.